what's going on? It's your girl Merle, and today we've got a fun video. I'm gonna be showing you how you can make 3 vegan meals in under 15 minutes. Because I know for a lot of people, you're like, oh, I wanna eat more vegan food, but I don't have time to cook. Well, now you don't have a reason not to make it, because these are all 15 minutes or less. We've all got 15 minutes or less. It's in there somewhere. I would be willing to bet that most of you have spent at least 15 minutes scrolling on some social media site, maybe this one you're on right now. You can keep it on while you're cooking. How is that for compromise? Just saying. I cook all the time. I cook for a living, and I cook for myself like every single day. And it doesn't get old for me, but I'm an anomaly. I realize that. So whether you're a student and you've got a lot going on, or you don't have a super involved kitchen, or you've got kids and they're always in the way and they're requiring a lot of your mental space, but you want to fit something in, or you're just not much of a cook and you don't like cooking, I've got recipes for you. So let's just dive right in. This first one is by our friend Maya, or Fit Green Mind. This video of this like sesame noodle dish got over 5 million views, and it seems so simple. I love it, the idea of it, because it's stuff that I already have in my kitchen, in my pantry. One major pillar of becoming a good cook is mastering your sauces or your marinades. And honestly, like, I think this is gonna take less than 15 minutes. I think this might take like 8 minutes, which is supreme. So for this, I'm gonna use soba noodles because I had them in my pantry and they're quick. You can like boil them in 4 minutes. They got some protein, some potassium. So we're just gonna let those boil away while we move on to our sauce. This sauce is super simple. We love some alliteration. It's just gonna be half a cup of water, 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sweetener, I'm using maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, I'm using rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of tahini, a half a teaspoon of chili flakes, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then we're just gonna blend all of those ingredients up until they are smooth. Then we're gonna drain our noodles. Ooh, they look so epic sitting in the sun with the steam coming off. Okay, and then we're going to rinse them down with some cold water to slow the cooking so they don't get overcooked. And add everything into our pan, and we're gonna heat that up until the sauce has thickened. The heat is going to be what activates our cornstarch, which is the thickener. We just keep on stirring this up until it gets nice and thick. It kind of starts to resemble like a really delicious mall takeout food item. That's what's coming to my mind. And that's it. We just serve it up with some green onions on top. And my only addition to this recipe takes really no time at all. I just decided to add some silken tofu to boost the protein. Sue me, okay? Sue me. I like to build it out a little bit if I can. And silken tofu is like the only kind of tofu that I really enjoy eating raw. And of course, if you have more time, you can air fry some tofu, get it nice and crispy, or deep fry it, whatever you want to do. You could saute up some frozen veggies like snap peas, or whip in some just egg to this as well if you want to add that. Some carrots, some peas, whatever you want to add to it, you can add to it. Some frozen broccoli would be good with this too. Onion, anything. You can add anything to this at this point. And realistically, I would add tofu, I would add vegetables. I would build it out a little bit more. But if you're just quick, you need something fast, and that's what we're doing here, then that's great. Let's give it a try. It looks really pretty. It whips up so fast. I really like it. Personally for me, cornstarch in sauces, like orange chicken or that style of sauce, like I don't always love the texture. Like sometimes a little bit of a slimy texture, or it's the thickeners in it. You can just, I don't know, there's something about it I don't love. But quick, easy, on the go, powerful flavor. Packed with flavor. It makes sense to have the cornstarch. It makes sense to have a thickener and all that. It's kind of a nice little treat meal. I think I would like this with some sauteed vegetables. Maybe even if you're just trying to do it quickly, saute up some broccoli or green beans or carrot. I definitely would add tofu like I did this time, just to give it a little more protein. So I think it's a great base meal. I would just probably build it out realistically. But for something to do really quickly, and if you just are like hungry but you want something really flavorful that kind of tastes like takeout, this is exactly what that is. This is like giving a drunken meal for me, like a late night, I just want a ton of flavor in my mouth. Saucy, indulgent, and quick and easy. So for that purpose, yes. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. I like it. It has a lot of potential that could bump it up to a higher ranking in my book. But again, if you need a treat, you want to treat yourself, and you just want something quick and easy and flavorful, this is exactly that.
It smells fantastic. I was smelling you cook it. Is it spicy? A little chili in there?
Yeah.
I like that.
You take a nice big bite.
I like that. Very thick sauce. A nice 7.4.
Okay. Do you want to eat the rest of it?
Yes, I will be eating the rest
Really?
of it.
Okay, good.
Yes, my lunch.
Oh, there you go. Great. And it's soba noodles, so they have a lot of protein.
Wonderful.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the second recipe is by Carly, or Plant You, our scrappy cooking queen. She calls this one essentially a Persian Shirazi salad in a pita. And I figured I shouldn't just do pasta recipes. Maybe I'd change it up a little bit, give you guys some greens, so I can show you that you can be fast and fit in your recipes. Speaking of fit, let's take a second to thank today's sponsor, Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. With just one breath first thing in the morning, Lumen can measure your metabolism. So it lets you know if you're burning fat or you're burning carbs. It even gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and stress management. It's also helping you log your food, log your protein, carbs, fats for the day. It's working really hard. You work really hard. They have logged 55 million metabolic measurements and are the leading experts on metabolic health. Isn't it incredible how something so small can be so powerful and all-knowing? You think you know me? We do this every day. And after getting to know you through your breath, Lumen will give you a metabolic flex score. Mine's pretty good. I'm not trying to brag, but I am bragging. I especially love to use it before a workout so I can kind of figure out how to fuel myself if I'm doing something more high intensity. So to get your free metabolic health score, go to go.lumen.me/Merle100 or just click the link below. And you'll also get $100 off your Lumen. So click the link for $100 off and start improving your health today. Let's get back to the video. So pretty much all of the 15 minutes goes into chopping on this one. We didn't call it lazy 15-minute recipes, so don't come for me. It's funny, you can tell that she and I have both been on the internet for too long because the first thing that came to my mind was that the chopping was gonna deter people and that they would think it would take too long. And that was actually like the first thing she addressed in the video. You know, people are pretty predictable in a lot of senses when it comes to food videos. They don't wanna chop. And I get that, but hey, what if it's worth it? Hey, what if it's quick? She actually even said like, you should have 3 minutes per vegetable, which I just love that she did the math for that. That's great. You definitely can do that. So we're gonna go ahead and slice the top off of our red onion, and I am going to chop it in half, and then I'm gonna make these little incisions in it so that then when I slice it down, it all stays together and we get these beautiful little onion dicelets. That is not the technical term, but that is the term that I am using. See, look how good that looks. Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh my gosh. Scoop that up and set it aside. Then we're gonna move on to our cucumbers. Slicey dicey, extra nicey, just like so. Scoop those bad boys out of there. Then we're gonna slice up 3 Roma tomatoes, more if you want. This is an excellent test for your knife's sharpness if they can slice like butter through these tomatoes, which mine can, I might add. Y'all have come for me for my dull knives in the past, and we don't have that problem anymore. Okay, getting a little defensive. Then we're going to mince up some parsley, nice fresh parsley, about 1/2 cup. And the greens just keep on coming because we are also going to dice up some nice fresh mint, 1/2 cup of mint. And that's really it. That is the brunt of the work. Now all we're gonna do is juice 1 lemon, because this is gonna be part of the like super simple dressing of this. And we're gonna add all of our chopped up vegetables and herbs into a bowl, top it with a lemon juice with some salt and some pepper and any other spices that you would like to add at this time. And then mix it all up. And look at that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful image of diversity of color and nutrition. Now, I had the thought that if you're a real one, you'll know what I'm talking about. We did this viral shredded tofu recently, and I had made a comment in that video that you could easily cut this tofu into like slices, like kind of like bacon slices, if that makes sense. I feel like that could be something you could toss in your pita as well. It'd be really good and an extra boost of protein. Now she said you can use vegan tzatziki or vegan hummus. I opted for hummus because even though I'm not a big hummus person, I know, whoa. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not, for some whatever reason. However, I recently found a brand that I love And it's because they have flavors like caramelized onion and preserved lemon. The preserved lemon one has me in a chokehold, okay? It's not like a call out or anything, I'm just a fan of this particular product. This is delicious, like the flavors are really good. I just think it could use a little extra something. The salad is so refreshing. Like, honestly, I could just eat the salad on the side of something. The nice thing is this makes a lot, so you can like make this and then have it to meal prep throughout the week, which is very easy and cool and quick. You can have it as a side, you can do it like this. So all things considered, I think I give this a 7 out of 10. It's healthy. I think I would add a little bit more to it, like I said, the chickpeas or something, or beans. But yeah, something is missing. There just needs to be a little added something. Still really delicious. I just can't put my finger on what it is. I actually did add chickpeas and it felt more built out to me because just the salad in the pita wasn't quite doing it all the way, in my opinion. Adding the chickpeas though, built it out, made it feel more full for me, and just more of like a complete meal. Again, not that salad's not a meal. I'm just not a salad person. You know this by now. And I also made sure that my pita bread was like truly warmed up because the first time I tried to do it, the pita like cracked in half and they all fell apart and it was an absolute disaster. So once I warmed it up enough and I added the chickpeas, that would bump this up to like an 8 out of 10. I also might add like garlic spread, like whipped garlic with oil to this. I just feel like that would be really good. Trader Joe's has one that's like actually I think I have some. This. Best by 10/13/23. That's concerning. This is the one I'm talking about. Oh God, it's like an ancient relic. All right, let's move on to our final recipe. So far, these first two have passed the 15-minute test, so we're on track here. The last one we're trying is another one by Plant You. She actually has this whole series of 15-minute recipes that you guys should just go. I'll link to it below. So for this one, she's doing a little twist on the viral Marry Me Chicken that went viral a while back, which I did make a vegan version of, I remember at one point. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get some water boiling, salt that bad boy, and then toss our linguine in there so this can cook while we are doing the rest of our prep work. So we've got minimal chopping for this one, which is nice. We're just going to smash the heck out of some cloves of garlic, and then we're gonna add some salt to those and chop, 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 mince those up. And I'm gonna go ahead and dice up some more red onion. You're gonna add some oil to a pan and add in the red onion. And we're gonna cook that down for about 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't wanna use oil, there is an option to use water as well, but I'm definitely using oil. Let those get a little bit translucent. That's gonna get them nice and sweet as well. And if I had more time, like if I wasn't doing this in 15 minutes, I would let those onions caramelize, like really get in there, you know? Add in our garlic, some Italian seasoning, tomato paste, and mix all of that together until it is nicely combined. And you'll know when the color starts to change. It'll all get a lot more red. Once you've let that cook down a little bit more, we're going to deglaze the pan with some vegetable stock. And then we're just going to toss in our cherry tomatoes whole. So you don't even have to slice them up, which is kind of nice. And once we've got that all mixed together, we're gonna cover that and we're gonna allow it to cook for about 3 minutes or so. So what I decided to do is, because you know me, I can't help myself. I wanna add protein to everything if I can. I decided to blend in some silken tofu and nutritional yeast with the coconut milk to boost the protein and nutritional profile of it. You could also whip in a white bean as well if you wanna boost the protein and nutrition profile. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour in our coconut milk mixture. And the recipe calls for vegan cheese. I decided to use some in this case. I think it'll be nice for the flavor. I added in some Violife vegan feta. It kind of tastes like a goat cheese to me, and I just think that'd be really good with the other flavors we have going on here. Go ahead and bring that to a boil. Let it simmer a little bit so that your cheese kind of melts and mixes in with everything else. And so you have a nice creamy sauce. Then we're going to strain our pasta that has been cooking all this time. Another beautifully sunlit pasta straining scene. I always like to reserve some pasta water just in case, because it's kind of like a miracle byproduct of pasta. And you might want it to loosen up your sauce, you just don't know, so keep a little bit of that handy. And we're gonna add our fresh pasta into our sauce, mix that all up. If you wanna add some pasta water, go right ahead. And then we're just gonna toss some fresh basil leaves in there once we've got it all mixed up, and it's ready to serve. I personally added a squeeze of lemon juice to this as well, just because I was craving a little more acidity, but that's just me. And voila, there she is. Beautiful. And it makes a lot of food as well. So you'll be eating this throughout the week. Okay, we've reached the third recipe. Here, look how pretty. That is good. That is good. Wow, so creamy. To be honest with you, from a flavor standpoint, I think I would rather use like soy milk or oat milk instead of coconut milk. I know the coconut milk is there to give you creaminess, but if you were to use soy or oat milk unsweetened and blend that up with some nutritional yeast and some white beans, you could get the same sort of creamy, fat-ish sensation without the coconut flavor. Because for some reason the coconut flavor it's a little weird in my mouth. It's not bad, it's just a little, I think that's the one thing I would tweak for myself. I don't always love like a coconut undertone unless it's like a curry or something like that. Now if I'm being super real, I think I'd rate this like a 7.4, 7.3, because I personally don't love the coconut flavor and it is overpowering. It's an easy thing to swap out. If I made it the way that I described, I would probably be higher. And I like everything else in this, so. But overall, I mean, it's easy. It makes a ton of food. Thank you guys so much for being here and for coming along on this journey. I hope you have some new inspirations or starting points for your 15-minute meals. We will be doing more of these videos because I feel like these are very helpful and you can kind of build them out however you want. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to check out our amazing content creators whose recipes we tried today, go ahead and click on the links in the description and you can find their recipes there as well.